in this moment. This is it. This is the series. Best of 5 to close out Halo 5 Pro Series today for 5K. It's all going to come down, starting with SG Ball. And we talked about keys to success here. We talked about shutting down Frosty, shutting down Royal 2. They got to get this camo in the Rockets.
Yeah, camo is going to be so important. You see these players from KCP, they don't want to push out right away and just burn the camo, but that does end up biting them because Snakebite was able just to swoop right in because they put so much pressure on that blue door. And look, they already have the blue setup. Snakebite's top green with the camo. You can't ask for a better setup if you are Sentinels. They have the Pelican block. They have them all isolated out. But Snakebite made one shot with the camouflage. He's living for as long as possible. They're going to chase him out. Manny's going to take him down. They go 3 down. They had the perfect setup, go 3 down and lose ball and don't get the playoff. That's an incredible break from KCP.
KCP just answered back perfectly. I think on top of that, Snakebite tried to live. I think he teammated and killed his teammate at the same time. So just an absolute blunder. Unfortunate series of events there. But KCP take full advantage. They're going to get that early ball time. You got Talik holding it down. Talik's been the star of the show today. And oh my God, he almost got that kill. But Trippy will stay up. That ball trying to rotate. In the meantime, it looks like it has spawned back up here. So Trippy going to drop down, pick it up. They're going to take it back to blue base. So Sentinels with another opportunity to get time unless they're stopped here.
Ooh, the Sentinels trying to get it around. If Snakebite can get around to that front side of the Pelican and stay alive, that'd be great for the team. But, you know, whenever you feel that little bit of pressure, the best thing to always do is just play it. You know, make sure it gets off the map, and then you can just reset with your team. Never try to burn, like, get that extra, like, 2 seconds. That really isn't going to matter in the grand scheme of things when you give up the ball and give up a full 15 seconds because you weren't able to reset that ball to the mid of the map. But, man, KCP, they're showing that they are ready to break whatever setup Sentinels has. And that's what Sentinels is really known for, right, is they play really great fundamental Halo. They make sure they set up on the objectives right. But KCP, they pay no mind to it right now. It just feels as if every time there's a setup for Sentinels, they just break it immediately. It feels as if Sentinels should have, you know, 50, 60 seconds of time with how they pull out these balls where they're getting 3, 4 kills in a row and then able to get the ball into the position. But KCP's done a great job at neutralizing those advantages. Now the Rockets in the hands of Talik. He's going to be trying to be that player that breaks the spawns once again. Truck wins the fight on the camouflage, but can't get the burn off in time, and that's going to be going over the hands of Snakebite. And the Rockets are right in front of him, a free pair of them. Oh, Talik goes down. Actually, maybe Talik had used those Rockets before, but man, this is a massive play from Snakebite. Oh, and Frosty keeps him alive.
So KCP continues to try to disrupt, but despite that, Sentinels, they pull through. Snakebite gets the camo. They got the control as well. You can see that ball in blue base, and the time just ticking. That's 60 points and counting. Snakebite still holding on to camo. He's got this perimeter side position here. You just lock it down, make sure nobody comes up through blue base down the stairway there. Look, does look like they opt to cut their losses, though. So you mentioned that earlier, Garrett. It's just if you're in trouble, just drop that ball off, cut your losses. Snakebite diving into the center, though, and he will get taken down. That camo is almost burned anyway. But the disruption coming out from KCP is they're going to try to continue to lock down this ball. Can he throw it off? And he doesn't get it off the map. It just teeters on the edge there. Talik coming in to put the damage, but he goes down. In the meantime, that ball's still there, and I believe they do play it last second. So great work from KCP to keep that out of the hands of Sentinels. Now Manny with this sneaky play from behind here. Nate comes in. Nice shots from Manny. Deletes 2. That's a double. That's 3 dead. They get 4 dead in just a second as that final player drops off the map, and KCP take it back once again.
Now this is interesting. They had a setup for a blue spawn. Like they could have definitely pulled that ball into blue, blocked out blue, and gave them the top lift spawns. Instead, they opt to go for this back hold, and I'm not sure which one I prefer more, and they play it really fast. I realized that was a missed opportunity. They had a player moving the Pelican. All they needed to do is keep a guy in blue, rotate the ball into blue, and they would have had a very strong hold. Instead, they're only going to get about 10 seconds on that uncharacteristic play from KCP. But this is, remember, KCP, they have a 0.89 KD in Oddball. Oddball, not their greatest map when it comes to slaying. They are positive in the record, but this is looking like a little bit of a different KCP. We're seeing them find 3-4 downs at a time. You know, maybe they're building up to this epic comeback, but Royal 2, the only player alive with Rockets, he's going to have to use them to potentially secure this camouflage for his team.
Well, that's the thing. I wonder if that early play from KCP came from the need to collect the Rockets, the camo, get back that control. So maybe they could, you know, drop it and opt to just focus slays. Either way, it didn't work out. Sentinels did manage to get those Rockets. I know Snakebite dropped them over on the map, though. In the meantime, Frosty up on our POV here. Nice fight. Somehow he takes it with that melee. Does end up going down. 79 points here on the side of Sentinels. Druck now on our POV. He's shortly deleted. That ball's still in the hands of KCP as they rotate it out through to Pizza. Gonna try to hold on to it. In the meantime, Soul Snipe did collect the camo, but Soul Snipe not gonna be up much longer at this rate. He's out. So back and forth this game goes here, but KCP just inching their way back. This time they didn't play it, though. It sits out on the ledge here, so Sentinels with an opportunity to grab it, but 2 more players left to delete before they get there.
Yeah, and this is these opportunities that we're talking about that you can't afford to give, right? They leave that ball up in the air, and then it's up to 2 players to win some big fights to make sure that ball doesn't get played. But I believe a player from KCP just ran forward and played the ball off, but it cost them all their lives, right? That ball not getting played force them to play a certain style and force them to give up their lives, and now it's going to lead to Sentinels getting more and more ball time, and Trippy's set up in great position to watch this cross and potentially play for these Rockets in about 15 seconds.
Some wild positioning from Trippy right there, all the way in the back corner, just to make sure he's covering the 2 options, you know, the flank through Rock's side and the center map there, but beautiful from Trippy. He does get the kill for it. Now just holding down the angle. We got players coming up from Pelly here, so shots coming in from Trippy. Just going to hold it down, be that line of defense here. You can see Sentinels continue to pull away with the score here. They got the 109 points on the board here. We got the Rockets up on the map as well as Trippy. Just keeps the pressure up on Talik here. Talik going to try to find an opportunity with this combo in bottom pizza. It doesn't look like, Trippy just, he had no choice but to go down there. Manny, in the meantime, he does have the rocks. 1 more left to work with here. This is crucial to get. He does. Camo now up, and he can delete 2. That's a big double right there. He's going to rotate and get the ball instead. What a good guy going for the objective. In the meantime, teammates will pick up the camo, I believe.
Yeah, and that should force spawns to blue. Yeah, and that's the problem, man. They keep rotating this ball to this back spot. They like to play this, but every time it's 3-4 down, and they have the ability to go block blue spawns and get blue for their team. Camo is coming up. They all spawned blue. They immediately went out the door and neutralized the camo right away. That's 2 times this game where KCP, instead of opting for a blue hold, which I think a lot of teams prefer, decide to go out towards Pizza, and it hasn't led to a lot of ball time for them. In fact, it's like this is like the opposite of the KCP we expect, that hyper efficient KCP. It feels as if we're seeing a lot of missed opportunities in this grand finals thus far.
That is actually a great point, though. If Manny grabbed that ball and brought it back to blue immediately, it would have influenced the spawn somewhere else and maybe saved Soul Snipe from going down off the new spawners with that camo there, so that could have been huge. In the meantime, though, Manny back on our screen. He has the ball once again. Gonna try to get a kill at the same time here, whiffing both sticks. Teammate comes in. Oh, teammate got stuck! I was wondering where that landed. He did get the kill on Royal 2. But a bit of a rough situation there because Sentinels will run away with that ball in a little bit more time. And at this point, less than 30 seconds left to close out our game 1 here. Sentinels continue to hold it down.
Look at that, Trippy barely able to kill Soul Snipe before he picks up that ball and plays it, allowing them to get another about 10 seconds of time. And really the only opportunity for KCP to get back into this game is going to be behind those Rockets. You see 3 players really just setting up. But who was that just spawned over in the Dynamite? That's going to be devastating to this comeback if he's able to stay alive. I believe that was Frosty, but Frosty gets killed by Soul Snipe, so that's a big kill from Soul Snipe. And these... Oh, just missed the rocket. I was holding my breath seeing if that rocket was going to hit. And it was just too late. Yeah, I mean, honestly, just great positioning from Sentinels that entire time. You notice how they didn't really take ball up to Dynamite unless they were setting up for rockets. And that's when they really took it, and they allowed Trippy to get that really long cross over at the back, over at those back boxes. I think we see a much more competitive game if, you know, they move that ball into blue instead of rotating it out towards Pizza. That couple times that we saw that mistake, I feel as if that really cost the Kansas City Pioneers that time around. But when we're looking at the stat sheet, we're looking at a fairly even game for the most part. Talik still continuing on his rampage, going 18 and 16. And then once again, Frosty, I mean, he is the X factor for this team. He consistently slays out. He is the top slayer in all of HCS. And honestly, like, there was, when we came into this season, do you remember the conversation? Shia was like, oh, who is the best Halo 5 player? Oh, it has to be Saiyan, it has to be Bound. And then it's like, oh, and you know, like Frosty's there. I feel as if the last couple seasons have cemented Frosty as the best Halo 5 player.
It's hard, it's hard to deny Frosty is the Fours GOAT at this point. That's for sure. And I mean, you look at the 24 kills. We're talking about which direction to rotate that ball. With the slays Frosty's getting, you can't rotate it anywhere. You can't hide from this man. He's just getting kills on everything. Manny did some great stuff in this game and then had a bit of unfortunate moments. He had the stick as well. At the very end there, I know you were looking for that rocket, but I was watching Taulik clamber on the back of the Pelly. I'm sure you noticed that as well, is that cheeky little clamber spot on the back of Pelly that nobody ever uses. And he was trying to use it in the very end of the game there. But just, players just doing everything they can to find that little bit of an advantage they can get to, to pull away here. But ultimately, Sentinels looking like the better team off of game one. We got plenty more of this series left to watch, though. We got Slayer on Truth coming up. Holly CTF going to be a great one for KCP, but they might be down in the dumps by the time we get there because they still have to win Slayer Truth. And we said KCP, this is kind of the difficult point for them is the Slays.
Yeah, the Slays are definitely where it hurts the most, and they're playing against probably the most Slay-heavy team in the HCS Pro Series. That is Sentinels, and man, it's going to be a tough one to go. But the worst game type for Sentinels is Slayer, right? They lose the most maps on Slayer, even though they have a 1.2 KD, or I think, yeah, 1.2 KD on Slayer. They do lose it the most out of all their game types. So if there's an opportunity for KCP to do something, find Sentinels on their off day, that could happen. I believe there's a camo player that was in top red that Taulik just could not spot, and this is looking like a hot start for Sentinels as they're starting to gain some map control.
Yep, that's 5 points on the side of Sentinels as Frosty just does a full 360 spin on his way back to P-Door there. Trippy does get a 5 as well in the feed. You can see the remaining 2 players here up in the bubble. Frosty gonna fly and shots into Druck as well. Does not know there's one behind him in the bubble. Can he get out? No, he can't. Taulik hitting a hot 5, so nobody's missing today. That's what I like to see in our finals. Snakebite, hopefully not missing some shots either, as he's got the camo to work with here, but he's diving in full aggro. Oh, he can't get either of the kills though, so KCP with a big trade, and they do pull away with one here.
Man, Taulik has been playing out of his mind today. I mean, he has been finding kill after kill. I love that we're gonna give him some love right here, because honestly, like his KD is by far the highest thus far today, and he's really showing it. Killing spree early on in this game. Camo went into the favor of Sentinels. The map control early on in the game, it did not matter to Taulik at all. He basically single-handedly broke that setup over on the car side, and just finding kill after kill. Frosty lives at top mid though, and Royal too. Oh man, that is so unfortunate.
Yeah, Frosty looking like a monkey up on top mid. For some reason, Taulik just could not take him down, and that distraction honestly paid off dividends right there. Frosty, just that led to Taulik's death, losing that spree. In the meantime, Snakebite up here on P3. You got a trade on the board. You got remaining players up on car. One going to fly out P, and Snakebite there to meet him. But the camo, of course, coming out, so Snakebite making this aggressive play is just going to keep the enemy back, give his team an opportunity to get that guaranteed camo. He's doing a great job of it, staying up here. Taulik right now in the window going to have to square off with them, and Taulik does get a big piv right there. Druck going to get the kill as well. That camo in the hands of Druck. So somehow with Sentinels fending off everything, they couldn't get away with the camo.
Oh my, and Druck, I mean, I don't know how those two players didn't jump out right away to try to take care of that camouflage. They were like more, we'll keep it calm. And then, did they just nade each other? I don't know what those two players on Sentinels are doing. Oh my, they're just like isolated all the way back away from the fight, nading each other, just having a good old time. As Druck's going to use this camo to reposition over at P2 and find an unsuspecting Royal 2 and takes him down with a perfect 8 shot. Not the 5, and then finds the double. Yeah, and he's on his own killing spree now. This is looking like a KCP. I mean, they had a rough game 1, but this is the KCP we were hyping up. They're starting to run away with this game. They're just looking as if they're the better team right now.
Look at this clear map control. Druck gets a kill from pink side, and then he wraps all the way to the other side of P2, jumps up to P3, and lets it be a red base spawn again. And they just continue to kill them as they come out of red and hold down top map. Now, it looks like Sentinels have fought back. They've managed to get back to car and pink, and there you go. They're going to get control themselves. But I love that map control that we saw from KCP and how patiently they were playing it, just letting him to continue to spawn in base and holding it down. We're seeing the same type of thing coming out of Frosty here as he holds down pink and a fly in through that blue side. Oh, but a team nade comes in again, does slow down his progression here. Nade in, and he gets stuck. It's a trade. 5 kill, now 6 kill deficit here as KCP do everything they can to weather this storm. Or, sorry, Sentinels do everything they can to weather this storm, because KCP just doing an excellent job holding down this map here and winning their 1v1s.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that 1v1 win. I mean, obviously, like, get the kill, but Camo's coming up, and there was awful lot of fighting happening on the car side when people could be setting up for this camouflage. And, you know, if you're Sentinels, the last thing you can afford is getting this camo swooped away again, stolen from under your nose, and that looks like is exactly what's going to happen. As Druck is waiting on the camouflage. Trippy's the only player in position. Trippy sees it. Oh, who's
Melted.
behind? Soul Snipe! Oh, Soul Snipe comes in clutch. Druck was made one shot. He stays alive, and 4 players go down for Sentinels. A complete collapse in their composure. They've lost it all. Camo's away. Druck's finding kills with it. He gets a double. This is just a complete collapse of everything that Sentinels had going for them. And now, all of a sudden, the lead has just sprouted to a 14 kill lead at this point. This is incredible from KCP.
I would have loved to see how that unfolded in like third person from like a bird's eye view, because that was a beautiful just like 2-2 split that we had with Druck down on P1. He had a teammate over on blue side pick, and then his other 2 teammates coming through red base to collapse on Trippy from behind and allow Druck to get away with this camo. Just the timing of it all was so perfect, and this is looking like practically a stake here, Garrett, unless they get these 3 kills with Sentinels. I mean, I don't see how they make a comeback and take this game with just the amount of pressure that they've received in the last 2 minutes. Now 42-29 and counting. Just 8 kills left to close it out here. Just a massive, massive lead they've attained. They can make a couple mistakes now if they like, but we'll see. Sentinels, they're going to claw their way back here.
Yeah, I mean, they're just down by so much, right? It feels unfathomable that they would be able to come back into this game. But as I said, I think they've just went on like a 6-0 spree of kills, and they have KCP on their back foot. And if there's a team to make a comeback of this caliber happen, I mean, this is the team to make it happen. As we see, Frosty finds another perfect kill on Frosty, but the trades come through, and Druck, I mean, that might be the impact kill of the game. Yeah. That's going to stunt all their hopes of a comeback, in my opinion, as Royal 2 just got a perfect 5 to the face. And now Talik and Mikey Soul Snipe playing over on that P door, and Talk trying his best to stay alive. He gets put in the meat grinder. But yeah, only 5 kills away for this KCP squad to take home game 2. I don't see it going any other way.
You gotta love the clean shots coming out of KCP. These guys are iced up. They're confident. They're not backing down from pressure here. They're meeting Sentinels with that same energy, winning their fights. And Druck somehow getting every damn camo, but they finally take him out. Either way, that's a burn. That's a huge burn. 3 kills left to close it out, and just flying across the map. Manny will get 1. 2 more left. Got players down in P1. Not for long though. That's 49. 1 more to close it out. It's a race to the finish here to see who can win that game. It'll be Soul Snipe, but 50-40 to close out game 2. We said slaying was the final thing that KCP needed to kind of attain to take out a team like Sentinels. And I mean that their Slayer game is looking incredible today. And I mean, read them and weep on the board. 17-8 out of Druck. He had that camo control, and he had a hell of a turret behind them as well. Just amazing shots out of this man. But his team looking great too.
Yeah, I mean, that camo made the big difference for Druck. I mean, both times where we saw them start to mount a bit of a lead was when Druck got that camouflage and he got away with it. And then, you know, shout out to Talik once again, though. He drops 2,500 damage, same as Druck, and he didn't have the benefit of the camouflage through that game. He really is showing himself to be the MVP, in my opinion, for KCP this tournament.
Druck looking absolutely nasty for sure. Talik was the man in the spotlight in the series previously, so I'm still going to be looking at him to see some nice things. But the beauty of this just game that we just watched is that KCP have picked up momentum, and they're going to be jumping into their, what I would say is their most comfortable map and game type next. So this is just the best situation that KCP can be in. They got a 10-kill advantage winning that game, and then they're jumping into Kali CTF, and this is where somebody like Soul Snipe, is going to light up off the spot.
And look at these from the previous game, and really it was this camo play from Druck. This first one where they started to get this big lead, and they were starting to play a little bit more of their comfortable style of Halo. And like when KCP is comfortable, I feel as if they other than maybe Sentinels, because Sentinels is just, I feel as if they always have that connection with each other. No one plays cleaner than them. Like when it comes to objective or Slayer or whatever it needs to do, when they're playing their Halo, oh my, most
the timing of those
game.
Sorry?
I said the most critical part of the game. I mean, it's 23-35, and like that camouflage lets them just essentially put the game away. And like you said, the incredible timing from those two.
Yeah. just to have those two players fly through red base and just shut down Trippy. And that's the thing, is Trippy's kind of in an unsafe spot coming out at front base there, trying to get in the way of the camo. He knew he was making a risky play, just wanted to delete that player, but just did not expect all that pressure from behind there. So just KCP, they just had this immaculate timing in this game that paid off.
Oh, look at this. I mean, it was just a great game from KCP, and really there isn't much more to say other than like keep it up. You know, like now you're going into Sentinel's best map in game type. Though that being said, it's also KCP's best map in game type as well. Coliseum CTF. We'll see a lot of the trench playing an impact in this game, and we're really gonna have to take a look at Frosty, and you have to stop this man from getting the sniper rifle. He has this ability to take over the game as he finds Manny and then puts the nade on the pad to launch it back into bottom mid for Snakebite.
Now, I don't know if he knew exactly where that snipe would launch, but wait, Snakebite didn't pick it up though. I guess he just might have just left it temporarily.
He's just gonna let Frosty get it because he knows that no one on KCP knows where it is, so he just lets Frosty get it. I mean, who else do you want to have that sniper rifle in their hand?
Yeah, just a beautiful play from Frosty, though, to know he was going to die and then launch that snipe off, and now he has it on the next life here. So rotating it back to red. Trippy with a beautiful double on that feed there. Trippy with a triple on the feed, so he went off. Frosty going to be looking for some new spawners here. He got one up in the window. Just multiple to look at. Frosty in a nice anchor position for his team here. You can see he's got one stealing aggro and snipe side. Lines up a nice body. He's going to stay back here looking for more blood. Up on the pyramid. Frosty doesn't connect with it. Can rotate out through snipe side, but his teammates doing a great job getting the kills here. So an opening for the flag coming up as they start to get closer to the base.
Oh, he finally, it's like, I've been holding my breath waiting. It's like, when's Frosty gonna do Frosty things? He finally, it's the snapshot. And then, yeah, there we go. Frosty being Frosty finds Manny with a quick drop down, and then, oh, just misses that player in the back base. But yeah, this is an interesting, we don't normally see Frosty play this style with this sniper rifle where he's just staying over on snipe side and keeping it down. What we normally see is him rotate into the car side of a bottom base and then get cross map shots from there. Opted for a different strategy, just holding down. They weren't really trying to go for the flag, just get the control until everyone is there, and that's exactly what they did. Everyone's alive. They're starting to pull out flags, and this could be the first flag cap for the Sentinels roster, except for all the slays starting to head in favor of KCP.
Yeah, this is so beautiful from Frosty, though. Look at the awareness from this guy to just wait and then come around, get the flank, and then he knew to turn around and look for the new spawner in the base there, though. Despite his efforts, that flag did get returned. So Frosty, you can see he's going for another one. Trippy gets 2 quick kills, and Frosty decides to dive to cave. Interesting play with that flag right there. Had he got the kill, it would have been beautiful, but unsuccessful. In the meantime, Royal 2 just trying to do everything he can to win that fight, and he does. Those rockets now up, so maybe an opportunity for him. The flag went out in the meantime, though. Talik trying to get a bit of a dilemma here started. He has to rotate away from it through snipe side and try to hold that down. So just back and forth this game goes as they do manage to weather the storm here, and just KCP trying to fight back from the slays we saw in the beginning of the game here.
See, this is the difference between KCP and Sentinels. KCP, they find their 3 down. You can see they're already applying an immense amount of pressure to the base. They want to keep them in there and find the gap. When Frosty and Sentinels were finding their kills, we saw them be a little bit more stationary, wait till they had the setup that they wanted, and then they started pushing into the flag. They play fast when they want to. It seems like KCP, they just wait for numbers, and no matter what the numbers are, whatever position they are in, they're always going to play fast. Chalk needs to stay alive. He does just that, but the flag put in a precarious spot, and it's going to be so tough for him to stay alive. They're on the return. He's throwing the nades. He got him off it. He's able to get the flag, but he's going to go down. And what happened to the sniper rifle? Does someone have it on their roster? No one has. No, Frosty got away. How did Frosty get that sniper rifle? KCP, you're running through snipe side, and you're letting Frosty get that sniper rifle? Oh,
it might not matter, though. It might not matter, though. You can see Frosty down with the snipe. That flag's still out. They get the touch, and they did manage to rally it all the way through. What a scrappy flag, right? That started with Talik, who just barely made it to the maze and tried to stay up, keep it in play, and somehow they collected it, managed to get it through, and they got the snipe for their efforts here. Talik, he's got 4 shots to work with. Gonna try to plant one in the body. He does get the trade out. You can see Frosty so hungry for that sniper. He was trying to get it back. It'll go down. In the meantime, Manny with a beautiful defensive kill. That flag sits out in bottom mid, so Sentinels fighting hard to try to get the counter cap. They will be looking to stop that from happening. Just going to dive down to center map here. Shots into Frosty, who wants the ninja. Manny doing everything he can to get defense here, but Sentinels will collect the flag, take it back out to Maze. Talik here to shut him down yet again. That's a double from the man.
Royal 2 has the rockets, and that is making me nervous. He opts to just let the flag go. He could have cut through the middle and potentially gotten a big double kill with those rockets. Instead, he plays the safer position. They're just going to play for another reset. But talk about Talik more, because that man, he had a 1v2 in the pit. He uses his pistol to find Snakebite, and then his sniper rifle to find Royal 2 and get the return for his team. And oh my, cross map carbine from Trippy, man, that is like a Death Star coming in at you. That is scary to look at. But they all get taken down, and once again, this is where we see this KCP roster fly. They're going to try to insert themselves into that elbow and eventually find a flagpole throughout the trenches.
Look at this rotation here. Druck just diving across the map. He's going to go up through side. He's actually isolating himself, though, with those 3 players there. But Druck doing great damage, though, to stay up and get a huge flank. So now they're just catching players across the map here. Talik just dives through. He's going to opt to back up, though. So interesting play here. Just players picking, like, they didn't quite work together on the lanes there, but they managed to make it work to get the slays they needed. Now you got Druck up forward here. Doesn't get the trade with the melee, so he will go down. Just scrappy battles continue here over on Oven. 3 dead, though. And Trippy with a second lease on life here. He can move up, make his way to Cape.
And that's the thing, you can't play scrappy against Sentinels. Like, you're gonna get punished if you play scrappy versus Sentinels. So, you know, hopefully they start cleaning that up, because I thought they had an opportunity for a clean pull, but no, they're gonna get punished, right? Like, Snakebite gets a big double kill, and now Trippy leaks all the way through, is able to get his own counter pull. And this is what happens when you start to play a little bit out of position, a little bit more unorthodox versus a team like Sentinels. You just let them in the base, and they're going to start finding slay after slay, as Trippy's going to find this return, and all of a sudden they're in position to start running flags.
Beautiful work from Trippy right there. Just managing to stay alive long enough in the base to cut off that flag, and now he's just in the back behind enemy lines, drawing their attention as well. He's got the nades coming in. Teammate on elbow to help out there, but he does go down. Manny, in the meantime, he's making his way through snipe side. He's got a snipe, apparently. What? Oh, I thought he hit. The timing
so crazy.
The timing of his shot was the same as the explosion of the stick, and that just blew my mind.
Imagine like on a flat plane, it's a flat world that goes across or something, just kills at the elbow. Oh man, that was some great timing.
The entire like a Hydra shot or something.
Yeah, Hydra bullet of a sniper shot. That'd be it's so incredible. Snakebite, he gets the rockets for his team. So Sentinel's clearly in doing better on the power weapon control. It feels as if they've had more of the rockets. They've definitely gone about even with the snipers. We saw Frosty with that incredible starting play. And there we go. Snakebite finds a kill, but can't get it much further. But his teammates are there to pick up the slack. They're going to try to get it into the snipe side. They're able to put it underneath the maze right there, but no player from Sentinels really in a position to keep that run alive.
Sentinels, I feel like they've had the advantage in slays as well. They keep coming in doing so much damage. They just can't seem to get away with a clean run here. KCP making it so difficult, but multiple slays go down. I think they might have this one. Gonna take it down through DMR. Only 1 player left to get the defense, and he can't even make it out of top rocks here. So that flag is gonna be lost. That's a flag capped for the side of Sentinels to bring us to a tie game. I wouldn't have it any other way. We got 4 minutes left on the board, and man, has this been back and forth, Garrett.
Back and forth, and I feel as if the momentum, the wind, and the sails have shifted at this point towards Sentinels. And the question is, how are these KCP in tough weather? Can they withstand the waves of Sentinels? So far, it's going to be up to Soul Snipe. He has these rockets and the flag's right there. He finds 1 kill. The flag's still alive. Find the second one, but the flag gets returned from Royal 2, but they're still finding kills within the base. But the flag, okay, the flag is out at this point, but you saw the splits happen. They're fighting a cave. The spawners came at elbow, and Soul Snipe hits that player with the hot shots, falling down, and they're keeping the flag alive. They steal it from in front of Frosty. They're keeping this going. I said don't play scrappy versus Sentinels. KCP says hold my beer. We're going in. We're up 2-1.
What a play from Soul Snipe right there to hold it down. He gets the cross map kill and then comes back up and kills Frosty under the base, all while that flag is ran through to the other side. That was some beautiful work from Soul Snipe and team. That brings them up 2-1, and the pressure is still on Garrett. Manny is already on the other team's elbow. He's going to make his way over to put damage in, but he will get melted for that.
The call-outs came in right there. He tried to shoot that person at pyramid in there. He's like, hey, yo, there's a guy coming to our elbow. They're like, okay, I'm going to spot up and just instantly kill him. Talik gets the sniper rifle, and this could be the sniper rifle to win the game if he finds the kills necessary to go down. And now Talik's going to go on top this window and just patrol the entire snipe side. But an unfortunate pull doesn't go this direction. But Talik looking like Frosty as he takes Frosty's head off.
That was a beautiful snapshot right there. His scope, he couldn't keep it up because he got shot out of scope, but somehow just pinpoints the head and gets the shot. And in the meantime, flag being pulled and ran through. So Talik, a line of defense here. Players coming up through snipe side. They're going to try to stop this flag. The flag sits out on bottom, though, so Manny got taken out. And Talik playing impatient here. Soul Snipe there to collect it. Can they stop this from happening, though?
Yes,
they got to make it through snipe.
This is such an interesting flank with the sniper rifle. He's gonna find one, but they all died on the other spot. But I think Talik should be able to get a couple picks and stop the flag from at least going in. Rockets are coming up, man. This is so interesting. Talik finds another face to peel. He's just gone off with the sniper rifle so far, and it's crazy. He still has another 4 shots, or what, 3 shots now. Like, this man has so much sniper ammo still. It feels as if he's had it for like 3-4 minutes.
Talik is cracked. He is just cracked today. He's hitting everything. That's a snipe still in the hands of KCP. It's Soul Snipe's turn. He's got 3 shots left to work with here. Gonna hold it down on the elbow. He's got a teammate out there just brawling down at bottom mid. It's a tough place for him to get an angle. We got the Rockets up. He's got to stop it. Hits the body, cleans it up. Says Frosty down for the count. As Rockets down bottom blue as well. He'll dive out. Oh, he wants it all. He wants the money here. That's a T2 combo for Soul Snipe. Gonna make his way over through Snipe side. Just burns the Rockets. Bit unfortunate. Tough when you have Rockets and Snipe to really, get a clean kill there, but he does take him off the map here. In the meantime, Sentinels, they're flying through. They're looking for a flag.
Yeah, that's a tough break right there. He needed to find that kill with that follow-up grenade, and it did not happen. Unfortunately for them, they find the slaves off the respawns. That could have been a very dangerous spot. And now they only need to hold for 50 more seconds. But we saw earlier today where a roster, they were up 2-1 with 1:11 left, and they lost it. So that anything can happen. We'll see what happens now. Druck with that carbide takes down Trippy, but Snakebite, he's in the base. He could take out this flag, and he does that. He just pulled the flag out.
Huge.
He's going down elbow, and he has the help over there. No one is getting the cutoff on snipe side yet, but it could be fast enough to not need it.
Wow, I would have liked to see that play from Snakebite flanking all the way through.
Like what a play! He's a monster, Snakebite. Oh my! Yeah, he just broke some ankles, and then the biggest fight of the game, Z Manny. Oh, that's the biggest fight of the game. Z Manny just put it on ice.
What a series of events right there. I thought for sure Snakebite living, no shields, jumping over the head. Who was that? I think that was Druck, just completely destroying him. But Manny comes out of nowhere and steals the thunder, and the timer runs out. That's a 2-1 for KCP as they close out game 1. My God, or game 2. My apologies. Is this game 3? What am I'm tripping here.
Garrett, game 2. We're moving to game 3. We're moving to game 3.
Moving to game 3. 1-1 in the series.
We have to come up with a nickname for Manny. I feel like he doesn't have that nickname. I like Manny Ice. What do you think? Manny Ice? Because that was one of the most icy, the most ice play I've ever seen at the end. He had to win that 1v1 in order for them to win that game. He went and just hit every single shot, stood there, put the disrespect in, ice in the veins. Manny Ice coming out.
I don't know if I'm going to commit to the Manny Ice.
Hey, I like Manny Ice. I like it.
You can try your hand at Manny Ice. I'll stick with Manny. He calls himself Cell in the tag there. Is that like a reference to
DBZ?
Not sure
that's a reference.
I wonder if
anyone knows. Let us know. The KCP gonna be taking your second game. No, that was the third game. That was flag. What am I saying, bro? KCP.
Okay, see, I am confused. That was game 3.
I don't know why we thought it was a Slayer.
I was looking at the overlay on the bottom, and it said 1-1 in the series, and I thought like either it instantly updated or I'm just going crazy. But that was game 3, so that's 2-1 for KCP and a tournament life on the line for Sentinels if they can't take this upcoming game. And here's the wild series of events. This is why I was confused, because all this shenanigans that happened here, Snakebite with a massive play, and then the newly dubbed Manny Ice flies in here and he ices up, he gets a big kill, and he shoots the body as well. So you got to see that from Manny there. Manny's coming in confident. That puts him up 2-1 in the series and gives KCP a real shot at taking the tournament with one more.
Yeah, I think everyone out here should strive to be like Manny. And you know what Manny does? Manny follows the Twitch channel. So go look at the bottom right corner, look for that heart symbol. And if you're not following, if it's purple, turn it gray, follow the Twitch channel so you can see some more HCS action every Saturday and Money Tuesday every other Tuesday. Come on, go follow the channel. I know you want to do it, but we're moving on into game 4. We're going to have strongholds on Plaza. Personally, my favorite game type variation for Plaza. I love Plaza strongholds. It's going to be a great game to watch. Oh, man, do you think KCP can do this in a 3-1 fashion, make that sort of statement, or are we going to a game 5?
I mean, I'm hoping this is also Sentinel's favorite map game, because they're the ones who have to ice up. They're the ones in the back foot here. I feel like I've seen KCP ice up and win a huge series. I don't know if it was against Sentinels. Maybe it was C9, but on this map game type. So I know. I mean, neither of these teams are any stranger to this setup here, so it's just a matter of who's playing better today. So far, KCP looking good, but Royal 2, he's going to get yard to start. He's got the shoddy as well, so he can make some big opening plays.
Yeah, this shoddy going to be very impactful. He knows there's a player top gold, right? I feel as if he heard him, he thought he was going to drop. That doesn't happen. Now, I'm sort of confused by this. Are they expecting the trip cap push, and Royal 2's trying to find the pick for it? Instead, like, he's basically putting his team in a 3v4 and they're losing their fights because of it. Royal 2 then gets taken down from Drug. That was a play that just did not compute in my mind, and then Drug has the camo and shotgun to work with. I'm not sure what was going through, what the play call was.
Yeah, either way, it's all money for KCP at this point, as they got 15, or making 16 points and counting here. Druk still got the shotty in the back pocket. Beautiful shots across the map from him, and there's a new spawner popping right up where that player died. Though Druk gonna cut his losses, drop down to bottom mid. It's a great lift from him. You gotta love the movement going up and down between bottom, top, mid here, and putting beautiful damage in as well. Shots into posters here. So difficult for Sentinels to do anything off of spawn as they try to get back over to Nest. Druk still with that shotgun, so the perfect man to get the defense on yard here. Doesn't even need to use it yet, though, as he holds it down.
My God, I mean, this is just, KCP's just looking so clean, and they have a 2-on-1 in bottom mid right now. Snakebite won a big fight, and with that, he could secure bottom mid. Snakebite just went massive for his team. He had a 1v2. He ended up clutching it up and getting that pit for the time being. That being said, they all go down at the same time. They're spawning out at LR, which is going to give them a chance to slay in one more time. But, oh my God, Druk is positioning himself perfectly. He let them spawn in that tram just to go driveway to find easy shots, and now he has that shotgun in the power position of LR, where it's so hard to break a player out of here when they have the shotgun. This is just textbook from KCP.
Druk is looking like a master of this map right now. You gotta love the lane changing he's doing, just weaving through everything. Like, he's finding these perfect timing flanks on everyone, getting these nice shoddy kills at the same time, though. He does burn the shoddy ammo here. Somebody does slide in and finally takes him out. But we were on board with Druk for at least like 2 minutes there through 2 camo cycles. But that camo came up. Not sure if it was burned. In the meantime, you can see Sentinels now starting to claw their way back. They got 2 kills here. There's the camo. Frosty needs this kill. Can he get it, though? He gets taken out. That soul snipe with a clutch kill. As he just continues to hold down top yellow, this gives his teammates an advantage to cap Nest here, and beautiful positioning from Soul Snipe. He's the man in the middle here, doing so much destructive damage.
Man, this is just, there's nothing negative to say about KCP right now. They've played perfect. They've done what's necessary. They've gotten themselves a massive lead, and Soul Snipe is just using this LR to nail down cross-map shots. The Nest push is starting to come, but they're spawning out of LR, and they're going to have a good line of sight, and Druk just got a split spawn at blue. Actually, this could be bad for KCP. They didn't end up going for Nest. That was a great audible for Sentinels to go into bottom mid and to go get themselves the LR spawns, and that's why Sentinels has been consistently one of the best teams. But then you get a player like Druk, the Canadian legend, just comes in and finds a double kill, and they're going to be able to secure bottom pit again. I love the play from Sentinels, but they have to execute on the follow-up.
Yeah, that's the thing, is KCP didn't let up, right? Maybe they gave up a cap, but they got all the slays they needed to, and now you can see the rotation coming up from Sentinels, though. They're going to try to get the Nest. They wrap all the way through the bottom lip. Vitalik is completely on top of it. Nate goes in, doesn't get the hit marker, doing everything he can to get this kill. And my God, what a hard kill! Somehow Snakebite just completely breaks Talik's ankles. Can you get a cap for it? Man, what a beautiful play. And Sentinel's going to try to turn this around here, but you can see the difference in score right now. They got a lot of work to do.
if there's something to heat Snakebite up, that is the play, right? That could turn Snakebite into the Snakebite that we know and love. That is just one of the best players to ever grace the sticks on Halo. And if he hits this 5-shot, it cements. Oh man, he just took down Manny. They have the camo control. This is beautiful from Sentinels. But right when it happens, man, it's always Druck. Pesky little Druck always takes him down right when you think Sentinels is gonna do something. He's able to find the 5-shot on Frosty as he was grabbing the camouflage, and he has the shotgun with it, man. He's just keeping his team in this no matter what happens, playing beautiful Halo over at this LR.
Druck is such a nuisance on the map. Just going to continue to hold it down from Loop here. They still have those 2 caps. Got bottom mid and Nest. Bottom mid now being contested by Sentinels. One up on S4 being a pest for Druck here, so he's going to stay up on LR. He's got his teammates on opposite side of the map as well. Shotty coming into the body here. Nice shot to take the shields. Can't. Oh, there he does. Get the kill. And a bit of a flurry of bullets there to try to get it, but ultimately Sentinels, they might be able to get back the bottom mid as they fight their way through here. Still, they got a good 50-point deficit to climb back from. So very, very difficult situation for Sentinels. They're taking shots from all angles here. KCP looking so damn strong, Garrett.
And look how fast KCP was to get in that bottom mid. They got 2 players down. They're immediately there. They're putting down the shots. The shotty secures it for them. And that's just, they're so fast at it. And it's going to just draw Sentinels down. They have to spend some time getting bottom mid. Once again, the hotel spawns coming in for KCP. That's not what you want to see in this position. They immediately push up to Nez, but Sentinels should have a good shot at just prying these players out of there. We see beautiful nades from Snakebite. They secure the nest, but man, they took a lot of damage, just sustaining a lot of damage as all of them go down. 4 down. Snakebite with a couple bags, man, that is just a play from Sentinels right there. They force the hotel spawns, they execute on their kills, and this is what a comeback is made out of. They have them completely trapped. This is total map control from Sentinels.
I love that concerted effort from KCP to just dive in the nest together and get it capped, but you're right, Sentinels answered back even stronger. They got themselves a trip cap. Snakebite just playing it slow now, holding it down. Shots into the back of this player up on top mid, though he does like to drop down to bottom mid. Gonna try to hide out here, but a shotty to the face. That shotty has been so important in this game, and KCP have had it all game long. Don't get a triple here. Manny looking for everything up bottom mid as he continues to hold it down. Beautiful execution right there on Royal 2. Still staying up and dip. You got players over in Nest side right here. Manny just listening, looking for some victims to take out here, but he does get killed. So new spawners up in Nest as Sentinels starting to fight back to get down to bottom mid, but they're running out of opportunities here. We're at the 90-point mark and counting. Your Sentinels cannot make mistakes.
It makes me wonder if KCP has a coach in their ear that's just telling them the shotgun times, because it just feels as if they've always had it.
Yeah.
But if the comeback's going to happen, this is what you want. You want Frosty with that camouflage. You want them on their back foot. They have a potential for a trip cap if they find the slays. They found Frosty out, but Frosty just staying alive for the moment. We've seen this game really slow down. You can tell that Druck and crew, they don't want to give up easy picks and get put into a trip cap, but Frosty's so confident hitting cross map shots, and oh man, he's just staying alive. The camouflage eventually wears out its wear, but yeah, this is looking very much in the favor of Sentinels. But every time we've said that, KCP has answered back strongly. The question is, how many of those answers do they have? How many times can you just come back stronger than you were before after Sentinels makes a massive play? Oh, Snakebite gonna get hit by nades, but somehow lives. And oh my god, I thought he was about to take down Druck right there. I was like, how did he live through those nades?
This is really it for KCP. This is the last hurdle, right? They got to overcome this final hurdle, and they will finally take out Sentinels, win this. And they could do it right here. They can get bottom mid, but just can't seem to get in it just yet. 2 big kills. They can dive in, start to get this cap. They might
Massive
be able to.
kills.
So huge. The camo coming up shortly as well. Yeah, they're going to push through to Nest. They're still getting slays here. Going to try to control Nest side. They get that. That's definitely the game here, but Sentinels doing everything they can to stop it. They'll dive into bottom mid. They got the cap going on that, but they'll trade it out with Nest. At least that's what Talik's trying to do.
I'm confused as, they're going to trade out with Nest. Ooh, this is going to be so close. He gets it in, and a player comes to help. I was confused as to why they didn't contest that bottom mid, but you know, Talik knows better than me. I have him MVP of this match, and KCP, talk about an answer, man. They were doubted all the time. They're like, oh yeah, they can't break top 4. They can't break top 4. I was listening to On My Eggs. I heard West Clutch. He kind of gave a little bit of a chortle when someone said, hey, KCP could win it. Well, KCP just answered. They just won the first tournament of season 3, and they look dominant while doing so. They look like a new life has been breathed into them. This is such an answer from KCP. They've been feeling disrespected. They are like, oh, we are definitely in the conversation in that top 4. Don't put us at 4th. We're top 1. They come out, they beat the best of the best to do so. They went through every team. They went through Inconceivable, who won just about every other tournament that wasn't a championship, and then they beat they beat Sentinels, who won the championships. KCP with a wonderful tournament performance today. Shout out to them. They really just put on a performance for everyone here.
This is honestly a beautiful statement from KCP. I talked about this before the series. Is KCP out of the top 4? They're the one team who haven't truly gotten that moment in the spotlight, gotten to kind of be on the top in Halo 5 competition, and they finally managed to do this at the very end here before Infinite. They're making this statement to say that if you continue to grind, you continue to put that effort in, you can go out on top here. And I mean, say what you will about the level of passion, motivation some of these teams have. In the end of the day, winner's a winner, right? KCP, they come out on top today. They earned it. And man, are they looking beautiful on the map. You can see these highlights that just give us everything in detail here. Oh, this play, though, was not a highlight for KCP, though. That was nasty for Snakebite. But KCP, just such a well-earned victory and testament to the hard work these guys have been putting in together. They finally got themselves a spotlight.
Yeah, there was no doubt, right? Like, that's what I love about this tournament. There was no controversial play. There was no they should have done this, they should have done that. That was just a dominating performance. They won 3-1. Yeah, there was nothing to be like, hey, KCP won, but they didn't really win. Yeah, this was a dominating performance from KCP. Even
last time, right, with C9, KCP just narrowly won a series against C9. We had that big controversial moment with I think it was Renegade quitting out. Right? So it's like, even though they won, they didn't get that true taste of victory, because there's always something there to bite them. But this time, there's nothing to argue against KCP. This is a definitive win for this team. On top of the fact that, they had dropped only 1 game in the entire tournament coming into this series, and they just took this series 3-1. So lost 2 games in the entire tournament up against the likes of Sentinels as well. That's a $5,000 well earned, and now KCP just sitting on top.
Yeah, and guys, I mean, talk about a definitive win. And if you at home want to be a definitive winner, you know how to do. Go follow the channel, because we have so much Halo action. I mean, Sean, you're going to be back on Tuesday. You want to talk about what we have upcoming on Tuesday, man? This is going to be the match to watch.
Oh, guys, there it is on screen. We really got to see Bound in person. I got to say, Bound's going to continue to be Pathfinder, but this is a hell of a matchup. If you, for whatever reason, missed last week's Tuesday, we had Bound and Renegade up against Frosty and Trippy. A battle for the ages, Garrett. It was incredible. Went down to the wire, and Bound and Renegade clutched up and took it. Now it's Saiyan and Boo Boo Doo Boo's turn to see if they can take on Bound and Renegade. And that's not everything. Take a look at the bottom of the screen there. The undercard match is insane as well. We've got Druck and Soul Snipe going up against Frosty and Bemsy. What is that team, Garrett?
This is going to be the most stacked Money Tuesday we've seen as of yet. And, we might have a little bit of a twist. We still haven't peeled away all of the layers. Keep an eye out on Twitter, guys. We might have some surprise up our sleeve. Maybe make some predictions as to what it could be. I don't think any of you are going to get it, but if it works out the way that we think it will, we could have one of the greatest online Halo shows that we've ever seen. This is going to be such an incredible matchup, and it's only made as good as it is because we have the best producer in the business producing it. Shout out to Louis V. Titan for putting on this show, man. He's done such an incredible job over the last year of just cultivating this audience and building these shows and bringing this production when it's been just so necessary for our scene. And honestly, guys, just show some love and appreciation for everyone here.
Yeah, honestly, amazing event today. Always a treat to cast, so thank you guys for having me. But Garrett, you said it, proud, and I completely agree. You guys better give this channel a follow. There's so many good reasons to do so. Every single Saturday, we're coming back with more Halo 5 Pro Series, and then you get the Money Tuesday coverage as well, which turns out these are the best 2v2 matchups I think I've ever seen in H5, and they continue to get better. So we got a hell of a Tuesday coming up in just a couple days, guys. You're going to want to keep in touch with that. But man, what a tournament today. Tony, welcome back, my dude. How you feeling, Tony? One hell of a series there. And you actually,
I'm feeling great.
You know these KCP guys better than any of us, I think. So you must love to hear this news.
Yeah, I'm pretty close with these guys, and I'm just huge fans. I'm huge fans of all things Halo, and especially the work that they put in.
Yeah.
And I said right from the beginning, I always say, I said the first tournaments every season are a little bit wacky, and you know what, KCP's been putting in that time. They've been putting in that effort, and not even just grinding money 8s and money 2s at a high level, but the film review they've done. I didn't know that Soul Snipe and Druck and them did that much film review. Once I found that out, I was like, man, I'm bought in. So guys at home, if you guys want to take your game up another level, you know, the proof is in the pudding right there. Contact Callus, contact a homie too. Like, just, you know, get yourself looking at your own gameplay, and also get a buddy as well, and really try to critique yourself. And every time you do that film review, maybe find 1, 2, maybe 3 things max that you want to work on, and make sure that you're don't give yourself too much stuff. Don't give yourself 16 things to try to prove out too much. Give yourself about 3 things max that you want to work on, take it into your matchmaking or your 8 session, and improve.
And what's so scary about that is that we saw opportunities for that KCP roster to still improve. That oddball match where they had those couple rotations that were questionable, no doubt in my mind they'd come back and they clean that up. But I just want to run through some of the things I'm seeing on the stat sheets over here behind the scenes. Thank you to Mr. Snow for providing them all. He was casting earlier today. Maybe you should go check out the VOD and go see him cast, because he did a wonderful job. But Talik finished this tournament out with a 1.24 KD. Wow. 1.24 in this tournament, and that's absolutely just mind-boggling how much he took over throughout this entire series. Like, he had so many great moments. And then also shout out to Druck in that last game. It felt like he was just living with that shotgun. I'm not even sure if we saw how many shotgun kills there were, but I thought we hit double digits on the shotgun kills that last game.
Yeah, they controlled not just Druck, but the entire team just passed it off, right? If Druck went down, Manny was there to pick it up, or Soul Snipe, so the Sentinels could not get a hand on that shotgun, and that was honestly the big playmaker for this game. And here's Druck, and it's the combination of the shotgun, but his timing as well, right? He's so good at just weaving in and out through lanes here. He'll come up to yard from underneath through driveway with perfect timing, come around through loop, and then take out Royal 2s, you know, focused on bottom mid. So he's so exceptional at controlling this map. And he's been showing it in 8s as well. I managed to check out one of his YouTube videos recently, but Plaza 8s, Druck has this map down to a science.
I hate to I hate to talk about Fortnite and whatnot, but I think it's worth it, because I think playing battle royales definitely teach you to play your advantages. You know, if you're not at advantage, you got to stay alive and catch a different angle. When you have the the enemy team weak, you got to collapse. I think, you know, maybe his Fortnite might have helped them with that staying alive. I'm probably going too far into it.
I'm sure there's stuff that you gained from Fortnite, but Halo's a different beast, that's for sure.
Guys, and you'll see it in the chat. Go follow the YouTube channel, because all of these VODs that you just saw today, they're all going to be uploaded, right? You're going to be able to see every match from today that was on stream. You'll be able to get yourself a little bit of a revamp of what happened. You'll get to see all this crazy action once again on YouTube. And that goes for every one of the shows that we're going to be having from now on, guys. Every time there's coverage of an HCS event that we're doing, you can't make it, go check out the YouTube channel the next day, because we're going to have them all uploaded. You'll be able to just go through, get a quick revamp of like what happened, and we're really proud of like what our YouTube is going to do in the future. And then, you know, hey, you know, Tony, I want to go full cam on Tony real fast. And Tony, tell everyone what they should do about that purple button on the bottom right.
I mean, if the guys aren't following Louis V. Titan right now, you must